Where does it all begin regarding inquiry? Good question. Well, it begins with you asking, who am I? And then as you begin to explore more and you learn about awareness and people saying that awareness is the field that the objects appear in, when you can see that you yourself is a concept and an object that appears in this field of awareness, then you can start to begin to understand that the object that asks the question, who am I? The experience of that itself is awareness, is consciousness. That's where the shift of consciousness can occur, really. Then that itself is the beginning, when awareness itself awakens to itself, to its non-local, non-attached, prior condition, backdrop. From that perspective, you can see that the person asking the question is just a form arising in it. And the interesting thing is, the form that arises in it, that appears as you, that asks the question, is not what experience is. Because what comes first is the knowing of that. If there was no knowing of that, then this thought would not appear. But because this thought appears and it is known, the illusion, if knowing is awakened, the illusion of the object that appears as you asking the question, who am I? You realize does not experience itself. Then the experience itself is consciousness. It's consciousness that asks the question. It's interesting, isn't it? That's where it begins. Then you realize there is something other than self-will direction, or what we call today ego. There is something other than that. But it's not the opposite of that. It's something in the absence of that. And of course, the absence of the object that appears as you is your knowing. Because your knowing is not qualified by the object that appears as you. Your knowing is not qualified at all. It's non-causal. When it looks into itself, it simply is the self. And it doesn't even see the object that appears as you as other than consciousness itself being experienced. So on and so forth.